Hello, welcome to NOLA Stamping. I'm Barb Baldwin, and today we're going to be making a fun card using Nests of Winter. So Nests of Winter is in the new mini catalog, and I really like this paper. If you get the bundle, it comes with like a die cut that will cut out the paper, and I really like how the paper looks. So I was going to go through it real quick. You can see it in the catalog or online, but I really love the little birds. Like, they're perfect for fall weather, fall and winter, and it's got some snow, and I think it's awfully cute, so I can't wait to get started creating with it. So let's go ahead and grab basic beige, and we're going to use that to make a card base. So if you use a 8.5 by 11, you can get 2 card bases out of that by just cutting it in half and then folding it down, and that'll make like a A2 card size. So that'll be 4.25 by 5.5. Okay, so let's take the Cajun Craze, that's a nice fall color, and we're going to cut a larger piece that's 3.25 inches by 4.5 inches. And then, as it's a card about coffee, you're required to use some early espresso. That's a little joke, but, kind of funny. So we're going to cut a piece that's 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches square. And then we're going to go ahead and grab that Nests of Winter paper. And I really like that green stripe as like a nice backgroundy sort of thing. So we're going to cut a piece that's 1.75 inch by 4 inches. So I'm going to take it and cut like 1.75 inch and then be able to make like 3 cards out of that. And then we're going to cut the blue square dot. We're going to cut a piece that's 2.25 inch by 2.25 inch. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the More Than Autumn paper pack. And I got the bundle, so I've got a bunch of those die cuts. So I'm going to cut the coffee cup out of both crumb cake and white, and then the donut out of brown, and 2 sets of the leaves. So pumpkin spice season came early this year, and so I feel no problem whatsoever in using the espresso ink again. And so we're just going to go ahead and stamp the donut, and then we're going to stamp 2 sets of the coffee cup with that early espresso. And the stamp set has a bunch of like little tiny sentiments, and one of them is like, "You had me at," or "Nothing's better than," and I think both of those would work great on the front of this card. So I'm just sort of stamping that little tiny sentiment up in the upper right hand corner, and then we'll go back to that in a minute. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab that Cajun Craze ink and stamp a couple little hearts on the coffee cups. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the inside of the card base and just stamp pumpkin spice, because, you had me at pumpkin spice. And then I'm just going all out and going to go ahead and stamp another coffee cup and heart, and then some pumpkins, just to add a little bit of fun on there. And then we're just going to take and sort of lay out where the little pieces are going to be, and then I'm taking a pencil and just really lightly drawing where the things are, so then that way I know where I don't want to stamp, because we're going to do like a little bit of tone on tone stamping. So we're going to grab Cajun Craze again, and then we're going to do both first and second generation stamping. So we're going to like stamp with the full strength with the sprinkle stamp, and then I start to stamp off where something will be like covering it up, and then stamp that second generation so that it's like a lighter tone to the stamp. So it'll be dark along the bottom, but then once you get to the top, it'll be second generation, so it'll be like a little bit lighter. So it'll have a little bit of an ombre, sort of like a graduated sort of effect to it. And since the other paper is going to cover up the other parts, you don't have to do it all the way across the paper, because that's kind of a large piece to do that too. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our little scissors, and then we're going to cut the white sleeve off of the coffee. And I like cutting just right along the line as close as possible. So then that way I can use the white part of the cup on like a different coffee thing. So then you can use the top and the bottom both ways. And I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid adhesive and put the sleeve on the center of that coffee and let it dry. And let's go ahead and assemble the card. So I'm just using a tape runner to add some sticky to the back of that Cajun craze. And I'm just sort of centering it in the space. And then you just want to make sure that the green gives that sentiment at the top enough space to be read, but it's going to go over the edge. So it'll throw the evenness off a little bit. But then you want that diamond to be like centered on that, just so then it feels a little bit more like, I don't know, centered in the card, so it feels right. And then we're just going to go ahead and add the espresso and the coffee cup. And they do have whipped cream as part of the More Than Autumn set, but I'm making this for a friend of mine at work who hates pumpkin spice. So this card is going to be kind of a funny, like, let's go get coffee sort of thing. So I thought that would be fun. So in retrospect, I kind of wish that I had not colored in the frosting the same color as the Cajun craze, but coloring in the frosting on the donut seems like something that needed to be done. And I think it works out. You could also use like chocolate as a chocolate frosting. And if I'd cut the donut out of white, I think that would have been a nice touch too. But I think it all worked out pretty well. And I'm just going to use some dimensionals to sort of pop up that donut and add it on to the side by the coffee cup. And I grabbed this new ribbon. I think it was available online as an exclusive, and it's still available online. And it's kind of cool. It's like it's got a bunch of like striations on it, but it's all dotted, and I think the polka dots are so cute. But like when I made like a bow out of it for the card, I felt like it was a little bit too big. So because it's like a burlappy sort of ribbon, I'm able to take it apart. So you just sort of strip down the pieces. And I grabbed two of them and made a bow out of those. And I just use a glue dot to attach it to the card front, to bring attention to that sentiment, you had me at. And I think that came out much cuter. I tried it in a couple of different places, and I think bringing attention to that is the best way to do it. And then the leaves are pretty cool because you can use just the outside, or you can use both sides together. So I'm gonna use one of each, one where it's just the outside, the outline in the Cajun craze, and then one where it's in the green sort of area. And I'm using a liquid adhesive to put those leaves on. And so then they pop right into place. And if you know me, you know that I am currently in love with the pecan pie and clear ribbon gems. And I've been using them a lot. But I think the pecan pie ones really look like coffee and sort of bring that same coffee feel that the espresso does to the card. So I'm just going to put a couple of those on there to add a little bit of bling onto the front of the card. And you know I love odd numbers and creating a triangle. And that is it. So if you enjoyed putting this card together with me today, something else you might enjoy is joining in with our little paper party. I joined together with a couple of friends, Christina of Sunny Day Memories and Laura of Tri Valley Paper Crafters, and we're going to be doing so many different cards. It's going to be a day of fun and adventure. So I hope that you're able to join us for that. The link will be in below where you can sign up. So thanks for making this card with me, and don't forget to stay crafty.